Well, what do you know? Street fight going on in the train yard. Accelerator, Toma, Sakura, sister. Already of them going to get away without their lives being inconceivably changed. Well, this is just another day in the park for Toma. But Accelerator might learn a lesson or two about the lives of others and maybe not put him as the granddaddy strongest supreme of all. The sisters might get some semblance of an actual life. And Sakura after everything that has happened. Well, I just hope she doesn't get assaulted too badly when she goes back to her dormitory. I didn't like the wave effect being put on the background there, but being able to control the very heavens like this is surprising to everyone else who can make flowers grow slightly faster, control a slight breeze. But despite being as immensely powerful as he is and creating this new technique, when you have 10,000 odd sisters all throughout the city working against him, it's good that even with their level 2 capabilities, by combining it all together, that even mortal injuries won't keep Toma down. The story, maybe it's this part of his ability, I don't actually know, won't allow that. Plus, from what we've seen in other episodes, series, and my own comments about other episodes and series, Toma might be getting homesick for his hospital room. And are we going to mention Item anymore in this season? Are they going to do any investigating further after they found out what was the experiment that was trying to be shut down? But I'm ready. Are you staying put? Yep. I mean, really, where else is he going to go? Maybe somewhere with a bit more shelter, not out in the elements. That may be true, but at the same point, at what point does life of any sort become ethically okay to dispose of? Oh, it's just property of the laboratory. I mean, do you need some vast reason? I mean, I'd say sentience enough to be able to talk and act individually, even and part of a network, I guess, where that was installed. More than puts them capable, like, under the banner of life. Of course, we can't watch anything to do with Accelerator without enjoying with some scorn his voice acting. There's sound going off in the perimeter. He might need a new shirt or two. So everything he's done so far should have killed him. Yeah, unfortunately Tom was not like everyone else. Is that the first backstep Accelerator has made? Instinctive fear. I mean, you've tried it before. Why not? Why not again? And she faltered. Just a simple duck. Now what, an uppercut? Or a broken finger? No. More than quite a lot of other stories, Tom really has, like, destroyed his illusion of the world and how it works. Is this sad flashback time? They declared him a danger to everything. I mean, if he's standing in the middle of a crater. Yeah. I guess Accelerator was nothing more than a guinea pig, a puppet in this. So by obtaining true, overwhelming strength, he can be normal? That was creepy. I guess he really did come to some sort of realization there. An epiphany, if you will. And that image has now been spread across the network instantaneously. Who let a cat in a hospital bedroom? I think we know who now let the cat in. So unlike the sister who has already visited, yep, and he is a strength not even worthy of measuring, the lowest of zeros. You know, is it only in hospitals that it's okay to watch someone while they sleep? You call this an apology? Make them yourself. Tom's way of kind of diffusing situations through his own, I'm going to borrow that word, clumsy way of talking. So perfect place. She was informed about that. You can't change the past, though. I think I can see where he's going with this to try and make it feel better, but that's just a matter of fact. It's just a statement rather than anything else. But are any of the other sisters now going to share her love of frog paraphernalia? They skipped the whole childhood section. That's all they took. Now they have their own worth to find, their own purpose. Yeah, do they even have, like, ID or... I think I'm going to be fine. Really working up the best... The best way to gain some height there. Apart from the fact that you completely ignored what she was saying. But brainwash might be the right word there. But feeding them... Really? Did we need to see Index running to Toma's room? Probably a bit hard to explain. It's more difficult than you thought. She should be proud of the things she likes. Is there going to be a time when she does get murdered by words, but also accepts herself for liking cute things? Now that she heard that from her, and she changed her way of thinking of how the sisters feel towards the whole business and her. Naturally. And all the ones who've yet to go through processing. Could it be classified as a job? Do you receive some sort of severance pay? I guess looking after the cat might be one thing. The first step. It's been a while since we've seen these ones. Was she actually making them herself? Taking Thomas' words to heart there. The clover one is okay. The bear cookie? I want a bear cookie. Of course, the first ones weren't good enough. The fact that she keeps trying to convince herself of this. Now, what is she coming up with in her mind there? Her imagination was running rampant. And why is there no other pedestrians? No, you can't afford that. She hadn't readied herself to give them over just yet. Even Toma has feelings. Has she just lost the ability to speak? Yes, that's where this conversation was leading. God damn it, Toma. Well, I guess, is she actually going to gain the courage to hand over the bag? Is he even going to remember? Oh, it's such a powerful thing, just calling out her name. Probably caught her at the worst moment. Is there like the widest grin posted over her face? The Dormother is the most terrifying of all existences here. Yeah, don't say that you've put a tracking device on her or asked Harry to search through the security cameras. And we can pick up what that expression was. I hope those cookies don't go to waste, though. But is the curtain closing on this part of the story? There's still many more episodes left. What are we going to experience now? And actually getting to see more of the group of them together instead of... Well, it's focused a lot on the troubles of the experiment. You know, we're friends, we can help each other out, but let's not actually have any of that happen. Did you get it? I don't know how I feel about that. That's a tough one to decide. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, it's a kind of remnant of the one in the past, the one who got that badge. And on the other hand, it's a remnant of the past, the one who got that badge. Every time you saw it, you'd remember. So yeah, I am just fully ambivalent over that pin badge thing. But it seemed to the sister there was no overt sadness there. Maybe it's a good thing. And with a, maybe not a bright future, but a future now laid out for them, one that extends more than just tomorrow afternoon. What are they going to decide to do? Do they have a place to live? A way to gain money? All we know is that that ice cream dude is probably going to have a lot more custom. And with Toma landing himself, ass backwards through conversations, saying things he doesn't realise what the implications are. completely trampling over someone's attempt to apologise and give their thanks. And now that the experiment is over and Accelerator's kind of given up, is it still the sisters' job to clear up the damage in the train yard? Or have they been let off? Or a question that never gets answered. And what was Accelerator's epiphany there, what he came up with? My kind of limited understanding probably isn't like the fullest my limited understanding probably isn't like the full picture, so there's probably going to be a few people explaining it in detail in the comment section. But what I got out of it was he wanted life to be normal. People coming after him probably on a daily basis, and in order to make sure that, you know, they won't even attempt it if he was labelled the strongest, a kind of deity class, then he wouldn't have to live in a perpetual state of that kind of eternal mode of self-defense. And the same people who kept coming after him, making his life misery, he's now probably worse, because he's done the same thing 10,000 times over. Just what has he been doing? If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave a like and a comment. We can move on to greener pastures. So subscribe to not miss out on those episodes. But for now, get yourself some rest. Go bake something. See you in the next one. My patrons deliver a powerful punch directly into my face on a daily basis. However, instead of getting me to think about my life and my life choices, it instead encourages me to watch a little bit more anime, which honestly is probably not the best motivator, but still, if you would like to encourage me in a equally as violent way, consider joining onto my Patreon as well. And then you can get in line behind Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfight, and Rojas, Girly, Kite, Saltytron, Cardboard, Dark Shadow 7899, and everyone else.